Most men over 60 won't admit this, but have you ever wondered why certain positions suddenly stop working, even though desire is still there? The real problem isn't age, it's circulation, pelvic support, and a silent myth about what actually keeps you firm. And today, I'm revealing the one position that consistently maintains full hardness after 60, plus the science behind why it works. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a urologist with 40 years of experience helping men restore confidence and performance. Tell me where you're watching from, and if this helps, please like and subscribe. Let's talk about something that most men over 60 keep to themselves. Have you ever been in the moment? Desire is there, you're mentally present, but your body just doesn't respond the way it used to. Maybe you notice things start strong, then slowly fade, and you wonder, is this just what happens with age? The truth is, it's not your fault. It's not about lost attraction or even testosterone alone. It's about how your body changes from blood flow to nerve sensitivity to muscle support, and how most men are never told what to do about it. I've worked with thousands of men in this stage of life, and I've seen that when you understand why these changes happen, you can actually take control again. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a urologist with 40 years of experience helping men rebuild performance, confidence, and real intimacy. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm honored to have you here, and if this video speaks to you, I'd be grateful if you liked and subscribed. Because what we're about to talk about might surprise you. It's not a pill, it's not a pump. It's a simple shift, one position, that helps you maintain full hardness after 60. And to understand why it works, we need to start at the beginning. When men ask me why some positions suddenly stop working after 60, I tell them this. It's not just about desire, it's about physics. See, your erection is not a switch. It's a delicate balance between blood flowing in and blood being held in. That's where most people get it wrong. We tend to focus on testosterone or pills, but staying firm depends just as much on oxygen-rich arterial inflow and preventing premature venous outflow. Certain positions, especially ones where you're bearing your weight on your arms or pelvis, can actually compress the veins that are supposed to trap blood. And once that blood starts leaking out, firmness fades fast. Add to that the fact that with age, your pelvic muscles don't naturally engage the way they used to. Your core weakens, circulation slows, and even your nervous system becomes less responsive to touch and pressure. That's why some positions that felt automatic at 40 start feeling like a struggle at 65. It's not about performance anxiety, it's physiology, but that doesn't mean you're stuck with it. Let me give you a simple test. Lay down flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Now gently lift your hips a couple of inches off the bed and hold it for 10 seconds. If your core or pelvic area starts shaking or fatiguing quickly, that's a sign your foundation isn't supporting blood flow effectively during intimacy. This isn't a failure, it's valuable information. Your body's telling you what needs attention. And here's the encouraging part. You can change this. The right position can bypass these challenges. It can reduce pressure on your lower veins, encourage gravity to assist blood flow, and take the stress off fatigued muscles. More importantly, it can help you stay mentally present instead of worrying about what's going wrong. I've seen men regain confidence simply by understanding that they're not broken. They've just been using angles that work against their biology. And while there's no one size fits all, there is one position that hits all 3 points. It relieves pressure, enhances oxygenated flow, and stabilizes the body without requiring acrobatics. We're going to cover that next, because once you understand how this works in real time, everything starts to change. The position that preserves full hardness after 60 is not complicated, acrobatic, or new. It's missionary, but with a powerful age-adapted variation. I call it the supported pelvic alignment position. Here's how it works. Instead of lying flat and doing all the work with your arms and lower back, you place a firm pillow or cushion under your partner's hips while you remain kneeling or standing at the edge of the bed. This creates a slight upward tilt, which changes everything. That small adjustment shifts the angle of penetration, improves blood inflow, and, most importantly, removes pressure from your pelvis and base veins. You're no longer collapsing your own circulation. In fact, gravity starts working for you, not against you. Because the body is now aligned to maximize oxygen-rich arterial flow, your erection stays fuller for longer, even if you've noticed some mild ED symptoms. And because your hips are more stable and less strained, your energy isn't wasted trying to hold position. You can stay focused, relaxed, and connected. From a biomechanical perspective, this posture gives your pelvic floor, the sling of muscles responsible for firmness and control, a more supportive role. Instead of clenching or overworking to compensate for poor alignment, your muscles can engage efficiently. This also reduces fatigue and helps you maintain rhythm, which is key for both performance and emotional presence. You'll feel more in control, and your partner may notice more intimacy and less tension in your body. Now let's talk safety. For men over 60, protecting your joints, lower back, and knees is essential. That's why I recommend kneeling on a padded surface or placing a towel under your knees if you're using the edge of the bed. If you're standing, make sure the bed height allows you to maintain a soft bend in your knees. Never lock your joints. And if you have hip or back pain, try adjusting the height of the pillow until both of you feel comfortably aligned. The beauty of this position isn't just that it works, it's that it restores confidence without strain. You're not forcing anything. You're working with your body's natural angles and optimizing blood flow at the source. Even men who thought they couldn't stay hard anymore often report longer, more satisfying intimacy with just this one shift. But to get the most out of it, to really feel the difference in endurance, control, and energy, you need to add just a few subtle enhancements. I'll show you exactly what those are. In the next section, once you've found the right position, the next step is learning how to stay in it, comfortably, confidently, and with control. This is where small adjustments make a big difference. Think of it like fine-tuning a machine. When your breath, posture, and rhythm work together, your body naturally holds more blood, your muscles don't fatigue as fast, and your confidence grows with every minute. Let's start with breathing. Most men unconsciously hold their breath during intimacy, especially when they're trying to perform. But that shallow, tense breathing triggers your sympathetic nervous system, the stress response, which pulls blood away from your core and into your extremities. That's the opposite of what you want. Instead, try this. Slow nasal inhale for 4 counts, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6. Do this before and during intimacy. It keeps your nervous system calm, your blood pressure steady, and your pelvic floor relaxed but responsive. Now on to support and rhythm. If you're using the supported missionary variation, add a second pillow under your own pelvis or thighs. This takes even more weight off your joints and reduces the workload on your lower back. Don't be afraid to adjust the angle until it feels smooth and effortless. The goal is to move with less tension, not more. Next, rhythm. After 60, most men benefit from slower, deliberate pacing. It's not about being mechanical, it's about blood control. Each time you thrust too quickly or erratically, you risk pushing blood out of the chambers that are keeping you firm. A steady rhythm, synced with relaxed breathing, creates a natural pump that holds the erection longer. And the bonus? It builds emotional connection and mental focus, which further reduces performance anxiety. Here's a simple private routine to train this. Once a day, lie down, place a pillow under your hips, and practice slow pelvic tilts while breathing in rhythm. Start with 10 repetitions. You're not aiming for exhaustion. You're retraining your core and pelvic coordination, Within a week or two, most men notice improved stamina and control during real intimacy. These micro adjustments may seem subtle, but they're incredibly powerful. When combined, they multiply the effects of the right position, enhancing blood flow, conserving energy, and creating a feeling of ease rather than effort. This isn't about trying harder. It's about moving smarter and reconnecting with your body in a way that feels natural again. And if you're wondering how to take this even further, how to build long-term strength, boost hormones naturally, and feel like yourself again, we'll get there in the next chapter. Lasting performance after 60 doesn't come from a quick fix. It's built on daily habits that quietly reshape your body from the inside out. That's what I call a long-term performance plan. And the good news, you don't need to overhaul your life. Just a few focused changes can restore the foundation of strength, circulation, and confidence you may not have felt in years. Let's start where it all begins, your pelvic floor. These deep core muscles are like a sling that supports erections, bladder control, and stamina. But over time, they weaken, especially if you sit a lot or haven't been engaging them. The fix? Pelvic floor training. You've likely heard of Kegels, but the key is doing them correctly. Tighten the muscles you'd use to stop urination, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then release. Do 10 reps, 2 to 3 times a day. Within weeks, men often report stronger morning firmness and better control during intimacy. Now let's talk testosterone, because your hormones are your fuel. After 50, natural testosterone levels decline, especially if sleep, stress, or diet aren't ideal. But here's something most men don't realize. Testosterone peaks in the early morning. That's why I always recommend intimacy or light activity between 6 and 10 a.m. if possible. You'll naturally feel more energized, more responsive, and more confident. To support that hormonal rhythm, prioritize quality sleep. Sleep is when your body rebuilds testosterone and growth hormone, 2 pillars of male vitality. Aim for 7 to 8 hours in a dark, cool room and avoid screens an hour before bed. If sleep has been an issue, start with small adjustments. Even 15 minutes more rest a night can change your performance over time. And don't overlook blood flow. Daily walking, leg stretches, and simple movements like ankle pumps or squats increase circulation to the pelvic region. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. 5 minutes here and there is all it takes to keep oxygen moving and your vessels responsive. Emotionally, I know this journey can be frustrating. Many men silently carry shame or self-doubt when things change in the bedroom. But I want you to know, starting again at 60 or 70 is not a setback. It's a chance to reconnect with your body, build strength at your pace, and feel like you again. You're not chasing the past, you're building something new with wisdom on your side. And when you begin to feel that shift, stronger mornings, more control, deeper confidence, it changes more than just your intimacy. It changes how you walk through your day. In just a moment, I'll leave you with a message I give every man who starts this journey. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Performance after 60 is absolutely possible, not by pushing harder, but by working with your body, not against it. Aging isn't a decline, it's a doorway into deeper clarity, connection, and control. With the right strategies, your strength and confidence can grow in ways you never expected. I invite you to share your progress or questions in the comments below. You never know who you might help by speaking up. And if this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and stay connected. We're building a space where men over 60 can thrive, not fade. Because the truth is, confidence doesn't come from chasing youth. It comes from understanding your body at this stage of life. And your best years, they're not behind you. They're finally within your control.